Welcome to oddsmarket.com with Sportsbet Daily, and today it's all about the Champions League and Europa League. We always say beware, it's Champions League and on back of international breaks. Now I'm going to be joined by Alex and Martin, and the first question I've got you boys is, have we now got to beware of Bundesliga, La Liga, Serie A, Premier League prior to Champions League? Bayern Munich get beat 5, Real Madrid draw 0-0, Barcelona get beat 3-1, Man City and Liverpool scrape to 2-1 victories. So all of a sudden it's a minefield for domestic football. Alex?
Yes, I'm very glad I stayed away from most of them, but not from Bayern Munich, because I had them to win and over 2.5 goals against Eintracht Frankfurt. They were red-carded in the 9th minute of the game. They lost 5-1. They sacked their manager. Now they are waiting to replace him. I don't know who that will be, who the new one will be. Everyone is saying that Mourinho will be the new head at Bayern Munich. I doubt it. I think that he is not... he will never go to Bundesliga to train a team in Bundesliga. He pure and simple, he doesn't have that style of Bundesliga, German football. I think that the most, the best choice, in my opinion, for them, it will be Allegri, who left Juventus and now he is in vacation or something. But they are talking since a long time ago about Ajax. Ten Hag or something like that, yeah. Ajax coach. So let's see. Yeah, Champions League, I don't think that it will be affected from the domestic leagues. I think that the domestic leagues were affected from the Champions League this week because most of the teams rested a lot of players. And that affected their display, you know. This is why we've seen so many upsets. And you mentioned about Liverpool and Manchester City. I've seen both matches, and they looked like, how you say, they were not in the mood to play that day, you know. Saved by some last-minute goals. It was unbelievable. Glad to stay away from those matches, and the weekend was with profit with Bundesliga and Serie A.
Okay, Martin, I look over at these fixtures. And the one fixture that comes out straight away is not a Champions League fixture. It's Manchester City travelling to Liverpool at the weekend. Do you think that's going to have any sort of bearing on Man City and Liverpool midweek?
Yeah, I'd say definitely this would have a bearing on that. That's the biggest game of the season for them. Pep Guardiola's already gone on record saying that the Premier League is his priority. That's the one that he really wants to go for. He wants a third title in a row. It's the biggest game of the season for them. Man City are already top of their group with an impeccable record. So if there's players that like David Silva that are carrying a knock, they're going to be rested. He's going to try and take players off in the second half to preserve them for that game. I'm staying away from Man City, actually. Liverpool aren't in quite as fortuitous a position after that defeat to Napoli. So I still think they'll go for it, but they have an easier game as well. But I'm leaving both of them alone. I don't think there's much value on either team at the moment, particularly in the Premier League. Like you said, they both only scrape victory at the weekend. And the odds on them are so short week in, week out that you have to come up with crazy handicaps in order to get any value on them. And it's just difficult to know which way it's going to go. Sometimes Man City blow a team away and win 9-0 or 7-0. And sometimes they just scrape a narrow victory against unheralded opposition. So I think best to look elsewhere for a bit more value at the moment.
OK, well, I'm going to start with you, Martin. We're going to have a look and see if we can delve into the Champions League games for Tuesday and Wednesday and maybe find the good value. I mean, this first game we're going to mention, Bayer Leverkusen 2.9, draw 3.3, Atletico Madrid 2.7. On paper, Atletico Madrid look value.
I think they look great value. Yeah, they're a very, very difficult team to beat. Very stubborn defensively. They do have injury problems, it's worth noting. Jose Jimenez and Stefan Savic, their first choice centre-backs, are out. And Joao Felix, their forward, has also been missing. But everyone buys into that Simeone way of playing. They've got Hermoso, they've got good backup centre-backs. And I think they'll go there and get a result. They've only lost once all season. That was to Real Sociedad. That was 11 games ago. This isn't a team that lose. They grind out results everywhere they go. The only worry for me is that they do draw too many games, though. They draw a lot of games. So I'm going to go with the draw no bet option. And I can still get 1.89, which is a good set of odds to me because Bayer Leverkusen are struggling. They lost at the weekend. And despite having good players, they don't seem to be gelling at the moment. So Atletico draw no bet at 1.89 looks like a good bet for me.
No, couldn't agree more. I think even if someone wanted to take maybe smaller odds and Atletico Madrid with double chance. Alex, we're going to go with Zenit, 3.05 draw, 3.7. Leipzig, 2.4. Leipzig on the back of an 8-0 victory against Mainz in Bundesliga. Zenit, a place where not many teams like to go.
Good play.
You've muted yourself, Alex.
I'm sorry. I said, yeah, that's why we're staying away from the winners market in this game because travel to Zenit is always difficult. At home against the European giants, they are always performing good. They are also pulling up some upsets. We've seen many times in Champions League Zenit beating some good teams. Leipzig are coming after 8-0 victory combined with a 6-1 victory in the cup against Wolfsburg, another Bundesliga team. So they scored in four days. They scored 14 goals. So the question is now: do they still have goals in them, or they score them all during the domestic leagues and cups there in Germany? I still think that they have goals in them. Timo Werner back in great shape with Poulsen and Sabitzer also good against Mainz. It was like a tennis match. At 6-0, they started the second set, and Mainz said at 2-0 in the second set, okay, we are retiring from this tournament. So Leipzig already beat Zenit in the reverse match 2-1 on their turf. I think that they can do it again because they are the better side. Despite playing on the road right now, because you know that wins bring wins. And after two incredible wins with 14 goals scored, I think that they can do it. But we are staying over 2.5 goals in the match at 1.7 right now. Leipzig first in the standings, they need second, 2 points difference with Lyon and Benfica. All four of them having chances to qualify further in the knockout stages. Very close group, and this is why it's very important to win points. So both of them will enter to win, and over 2.5 is my play at 1.7. Thanks,
Alex. This one jumped out at me, Martin. Barcelona 1.22, draw 7, Slavia Prague 17. Barcelona win to 0.
Yeah, that would be a good option, I think. Barcelona suffered a very surprising defeat to Levante at the weekend. I was all over Barcelona to win that. They've been in impeccable form since Lionel Messi returned from injury, been blowing teams away, and then they go and drop points to Levante. It was a shocking performance. But I think they'll be keen to bounce back, get back to winning ways. We know that they've got a difficult Champions League group. This is going to be the tournament that they really need to win or go very deep into this year because they've really struggled lately in the Champions League and it's becoming a bit of a blot on their reputation. So I think they're going to really go for it in this game. They're going to want to finish top of that group. And that could spell bad news for a Slavia Prague team that have only taken 1 point from 3 games so far. I do think Barcelona will have too much firepower for them. I'm always a little bit wary with Barcelona of backing them to win to 0 because they do leak the odd goal. But I think they can get the job done reasonably convincing fashion. I'm just going to keep it simple actually and go for Barcelona half-time, full-time 1.73.
Half-time, full-time at 1.73. Go on, Alex.
Don't you think that results like that against Levante, unexpected 3-1 defeat, are a little bit questionable? I mean, you're thinking that some games are not played on the pitch. I don't know. I have a feeling that sometimes that it's absolutely incredible how Barcelona lost that game against Levante. Really, coming after so many great matches, I don't know. I had the feeling that something is fishy. I don't know your opinions on that one.
Human error is normally my thoughts on that type of behaviour. I think that maybe their mind is already on the job, or they went there and they thought that they were just going to turn up and get the job done. But again, if Man City and Liverpool don't score 2 late goals, then Liverpool get beat at Aston Villa, which you just can't believe, and Man City get beat at home to a Southampton side that got beat 9-0 at home against Leicester. It's just professional sport. You have to turn up week in, week out. And the thing is with Barcelona, they've not really had the questions asked of them because they have been top. They have done the job and they have been improving. So I think we'll have to see how well they bounce back. I think they win 2-0 against Slavia Prague. But half-time, full-time, Martin, 1.73. If ever I've seen an Alex classic, Alex, it's going to be in this game. Atalanta 5.75, draw 5.4 and Man City 1.55.
Atalanta are the only side last weekend in Serie A who failed to win my bets, all my bets in the Italian Serie A, because they failed to find the back of the net at home. So it's unbelievable. Atalanta not to score. You know, we are talking like in Serie A, but Manchester City not to score in Premier League. But again, it was a red card in the 39th minute of the game. Ilicic decided that he wants to take he wants to take an early shower, and he went away with the red card, so he will not play 2 matches right now in Serie A. Atalanta struggling in Champions League. Their first season in Champions League, they wrote history qualifying in Champions League. They lost all their 3 matches. I think that they conceded around 11 goals. And I'm not afraid at all that Manchester City will play Liverpool at the weekend because Atalanta, one team in Serie A, another team in Champions League. And when you meet a team like Manchester City and you don't know how to defend, they will again score at least 3 on their own against you. I think that Atalanta also on the scoreboard and help our bet here, because I'm going Manchester City to win and over 2.5 goals in the match at 1.8. They won 5-1 in the reverse match, and I cannot see them winning again on the road in Italy, despite playing an Atalanta who are normally scoring goals for fun. But that should help us once again with this bet.
Okay. Mark, can you mute when Alex is talking and you're typing, please?
Oh, yeah, sure. I was just explaining to somebody on the chat what happens when it's a draw, when it's draw no bet. I was just informing our learned friends that you get your money back.
What sort of brain cell have they got when it's the bet is draw no bet? So if it's a draw, it's no bet. I hope you
sometimes some we have new followers, you know, and they don't know how the betting goes, you know. Draw no bet, Asian handicap. So it's really nice for Martin to explain them.
I understand what you're saying, Alex, and I understand you and Martin are trying to help people out. But when you have a bet and it says draw no bet, then it means draw no bet. It's like if you bet Man City to win and Man City win, you win. Amazing.
Come on, we were begging you to use the Asian handicap last year and you couldn't understand what it is, and now you are explaining us what draw no bet is.
Yeah, because I'm European, see? I use the European, now I don't. I'm like worldly wise now. Anyway, Martin, I'm expecting a little Alex classic or double chance. Napoli 1.91, draw 4.3, and the free score in Salzburg at 3.9.
I'm just going to go for a straight Napoli win in this game, actually.
Wow.
They pulled off an emphatic, thrilling 3-2 victory away at Red Bull Salzburg last time out. And I know that they're in poor form right now, Napoli. But I think at home, they're usually pretty reliable. They're a very good team. I think Red Bull Salzburg started this competition well, and they're very good in their domestic competition. But I think Napoli have superior players. I was impressed with their performance there. I was impressed with the way they beat Liverpool. I think they can. I think they can certainly make it through to the last 16, maybe the quarterfinals of this competition. And if they're going to do that, they need to be beating Salzburg at home. So I've got 1.91 on a home win. I'm just going to keep it simple and go with that.
Okay, no worries at all. Zagreb 2.3 draw, 3.56, and Shakhtar 3.3. Alex.
People are upset with you on the chat. We have 125 live viewers, and they are saying for you to relax. And I'm trying to explain them that you had a rough weekend with your Premier League bets, and you just came to work to revenge on someone. You know?
No, it's called sense of humour. It's called sense of humour.
Flash's sense of humor, the English one, combined with some Costa Rican, how to say, monkey stuff. I don't know. So, yeah, Dinamo Zagreb versus Shakhtar. The reverse match, absolutely amazing match. Predicted. Alex Classic all the way. We are talking about two brilliant sides, attacking sides who are playing always very positive, who are always going for the 3 points. It's very important in Champions League in the group stages because if you end at equal on points, the tiebreaker is the head-to-head match or the head-to-head matches in our case because they are playing two matches against each other. So right now, Zagreb and Shakhtar are equal on points, 4 points. They are fighting for the second position in the standings there. Shakhtar and Zagreb, they drew 2-2 in Ukraine. So Dinamo Zagreb right now are in front of Shakhtar because of that head-to-head, because they scored 2 goals on the road. So it's very important for Shakhtar to come here to win this game. Dinamo Zagreb, always a dangerous side. Easy, Alex Classic here. 2.1, imagine so high odds for the Alex Classic, both teams to score and the over 2.5 goals.
Thank you very much, Alex. Martin, just when you're chatting to them people in the text and everything, can you tell them that I really appreciate all the hard work that they do, and this is for them?
I will do. I'll be certain to inform them of that. Thank you, Flash. We're all one big happy family here.
Yeah,
We're
exactly. Yeah, and they all know me and they know exactly what I'm actually thinking inside. Okay, Valencia 1.87, draw 3.6, and Lille 4.8.
I'm on that one. Yeah, I'm going to go for Valencia. I actually got on them earlier at odds of 1.91. So, and that was literally an hour ago. So it's obviously the bookmaking public is going with me. I think it's a good bet. I watched them against Lille 2 weeks ago. Killed them. They were by far and away the better team. Then they got a man sent off, Diakabi, in the 84th minute, and they just couldn't hang on. Conceded in the 96th minute an equaliser, which was really gutting. But they are the better team. They do have a bit of a problem with discipline. They keep getting people sent off and losing. If they keep 11 men on the pitch in this game, I think they'll win it. They've been in decent form recently. And I'm not really convinced by Lille. They lost a few big players in the summer, and I don't think they've replaced them with like-for-like quality. At the Mestalla, this is a game that Valencia really should be winning. If they do secure victory here, it would go a long way to securing qualification for the next round. I think they're superior in every department, and they're in better form. So 1.91 looked great for me. Actually, it's gone out with some bookmakers. You can get 1.95 now. Home win looks good.
Okay. Alex, Red Star Belgrade 5.25, draw 4.1, and an inconsistent Tottenham at 1.64.
Yeah, I think that there is still value on Spurs on the road there against a tough team when they are playing in front of their supporters. But I think that Tottenham are by far the better side, and they need this win on the road to be there to sit to secure their second place in the standings. So 1.66, I'm going all the way with Tottenham in this one because I really don't see Red Star pulling off the upset like they did at home against, let's say, Olympiacos. Tottenham, let's not forget that they had a really great run last season in Champions League. They are still one of the good sides in Premier League, despite sitting, 11th right now, head-to-head with Manchester United. But that's another story. I think that most of the sides in the Premier League are far better, way better than Red Star Belgrade. I think that the Red Star Belgrade in Premier League might get also relegated. So Tottenham, I think for me, it represents value at 1.66.
Okay, I'll write that one down. Value, Spurs. Martin, your last one. Lokomotiv Moscow 6, draw 4.0. And Juventus at 1.55.
Yeah, this looks like a good one for me. I think Juventus is a difficult place to go to, Moscow. We know that, and Juventus haven't looked as solid defensively in recent times as they were under Allegri. But I still think they have the quality to go there and win it. You know, the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo come alive in the Champions League. And they have a difficult group. It's going to be important for them to try to finish top of it. And you really need to be taking 6 points off Lokomotiv Moscow, if you're going to do that. I think they have the quality to do it, but they haven't been blowing teams away. So it has to be a classic bet for me of Juventus and under 4.5 goals at odds of 1.95. I'm very wary of Juventus to win to 0 anymore because they seem to concede about a goal per game, but they seem to do just enough to scrape victory with the quality that they've got in attack. They persevere as well. So I like that one. I also like Tottenham to win at 1.72. I think I had that on my list.
1.72.
So yeah,
Ooh.
I think that could make a good double, Juventus Tottenham as well.
You're starting to get them flash odds now, aren't you? 1.72. It's 1.64. But I like Juventus and over 1.72
at Unibet flash.
Sorry?
Go on to Unibet. It's 1.72.
Okay, well, the bet on the comparison website that gave me every single one, the best earlier this morning was 1.64. So if you hang on, it's on the drift. It's on the drift.
It went up right now. Martin is right. 1.72 with Unibet, 1.7 with Betfair, 1.71 with 1xBet. So yeah, it's going up.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So if you just hang fire, you might get closer to 1.8 come kickoff when they know the team.
Yeah. I've signed up for an account with Unibet because they keep having market leading prices at the moment on a lot of the games that I want to bet on. They seem to have the most attractive odds. So I've got an account with about 12 bookmakers now, and Unibet's one of them.
Yeah, good man, good man. Well, I like Juventus and over 1.5, and you like the under 4.5. So a nice little 2-0. That'll do us. Okay, last one, Alex. Chelsea 1.95, draw 4.0. and Ajax 4.05. The big thing about these two sides, they're both decent.
Both decent, both on fire. I really like what Lampard, despite the poor start to their season, after that he started to wake up, and I think right now Chelsea are one of the most informed teams, despite that 2-1 defeat in the EFL Cup in England against Manchester United. I think that I really love the way that he's combining the experienced players with the young guns. Tammy Abraham doing amazing stuff. Callum Hudson-Odoi there. Mount is very good. So I wish that we will see also Lampard next year when these players will catch some European experience, and they might even, I don't know, fight for the title. It's tough, but in Premier League. But what I can say to you in Champions League, I think that with a little bit of luck in the knockout stages on the first draw, they might make it for the quarterfinals, and stop there. But still that time, they play Ajax. They won Ajax 1-0 on the road in the Netherlands. Now, I think that it will not happen again, Ajax not to find the back of the net, because Ajax have so many talented players from the middle and up. It's really impossible. They were very unlucky last time not to score against Chelsea. And right now they are going on Stamford Bridge to win. And Alex, classic for me all the way. Both teams to score and over 2.5 goals at 1.83.
I quite like the draw there at 4, Alex. I think...
2-2.
Sorry?
2-2.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah, definitely. Okay, but before I get the banker, let's just give everyone a little bit of a reminder of how we've been doing in the Champions League so far. So, Rafa, can you put the record up, please? Been tough so far. Only 1.5 units down, so that means we're ready to start kicking on. And remember, we really make hay when we get into the latter stages of the groups. And can we see the individual records, please, Rafa? So Alex minus 4.3, Martin 2.8, so that can be turned round. In fact, the way you're betting this week, boys, it could be turned around this week, and in a few weeks when we go through the groups, I fancy you may well be in profit. So minus 1.5 as a group. Martin, give me your banker, please.
Yeah, I think I lost a few units during the qualifying stages as well, so it's been a bit better since the group stages kicked off. Now's about the time to be making some profit. The last round of group games is difficult, and then I think we'll get back into profit again, last 16 quarterfinals. Banker, I'll go for Atletico Madrid, draw no bet, 1.89.
And you, Alex?
I think that I'll go again with Man City and over 2.5 goals at 1.8.
Okay, that's brilliant. No worries at all. Thanks, Martin. Alex, if you want to stay with me, and I'll see you later on in the week with La Liga and Premier League punters, Martin.
Thanks, Flash.
No worries. You take care. That's Martin Green, and that's Alex Classic Tips. Now, we're going to go for the Europa League. And with the Europa League, we've got the Grill Master. He's going to stay with me while we get Chef Michael. Chef Michael, obviously, doing unbelievably well in Serie A. Alex, do you think that any of these sides from Serie A will be there or thereabouts at the end of this competition?
No, I don't think that they will be. No. I think that, again, Spanish teams, English teams, I don't know, maybe with a little bit of luck, German side there. Maybe a surprise to be one of the Italian sides, but I don't think so. I still think that the winner of Europa League will be again the coming from the Champions League, third place group stage. You know, because the group stage from the group stage, the third place Champions League will qualify in Europa League knockout stages. So I think that one of those teams will coming from Champions League will win the competition.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't put it past Dortmund to actually turn up for the European campaign once they depart the Champions League. Chef Michael, how are you, sir?
Flash, I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, I'm very well. I see Inter did it again, like 93rd minute or something.
Yeah, and we had
the last second goal that got it done.
Both bankers were on Inter.
Alex, can you stop heckling? You've only been on air half an hour. Give someone else a chance.
Yeah. Go on, Chef Michael.
No, yeah, I was just saying it was a good match. It was coming down to the wire. They got that last second goal. It was pretty exciting. It's almost as exciting as watching Liverpool get their last second goal too.
Yeah, well, I mean that was really tough luck. It was a great header from Mane. Now we look at the Europa League. It looks like wide open games, and there's one that I think 1.4 later on. I think they're susceptible to getting beat. Let's start. Cluj 2.33, draw 3.3, and Rennes 3.5.
I really don't understand why Rennes are at 3.5. Yes, they lost the reverse match against Cluj 1-0 at home. but in the 5th minute, they were again red carded, and they missed also a penalty. CFR Cluj lately, they are not impressing me at all, despite the fact that they are winning some domestic matches, which is normal against very poor sides fighting for relegation in the Romanian league. 3.5, I will take it with half unit. So I'm taking Ren with half unit at 3.5. And I will take also 1 unit, draw double chance on Ren at 1.67.
Okay, 1.67. Chef Michael, do you think Ren are overpriced?
Yeah, I gotta agree. I mean, I'm on the opposite side of Alex here. I'm on Cluj. I think they're playing pretty well. I mean, they're on a 5-game winning streak, and 4 of those they've kept a clean sheet. And Renner just an awful form right now. I mean, they've only taken 1 point out of the group in the 3 matches, and they're playing pretty poor in the League On also. Over the weekend they beat Toulouse, but before that their last win was way back in August. So I think Cluj are going to have too much firepower here. I mean, you got guys like Constantine and Cyprian. They're playing pretty brilliant football right now. So I got Cluj at 2.25 straight win.
Okay. Alex, Lask 2.25, draw 3.4, and PSV a massive 2.9.
First of all, I really, we talked about their strategy. We talked about football players. We talked about wrong games. Imagine PSV with LASK drawing 0-0 2 weeks ago in the Netherlands. That was something that it was really tough for me to understand because I'm watching a lot of football and I really know what I'm talking about here. PSV very happy with with a draw in this one, if you ask me, because they are leading the standings with 7 points right now, followed by Sporting with 6 points. But LASK they must go all in this one because they are 3 points behind leaders. We know that only the two teams, first and second, will qualify further. The third one will go home, and the fourth one. So the Austrian team should have to pull off. I think it's a lot for them to qualify in the knockout stages. Yes, they did some pretty good matches, beating Rosenborg, scoring against Sporting on the road. It's time for them to offer us more of that, and I think that it will be. I played the over 2.5 goals 2 weeks ago, and I will play it again because I really think that it wasn't a bad bet. I will take it again. Over 2.5 goals at 1.78.
At 1.78. Chef Michael, Lugano 2.9, the draw 3.25, and Malmo at 2.55.
Yeah, I like the way this Malmo team's playing around. They won the reverse fixture, and Lugano, they're pretty terrible. I don't see Malmo having any problems putting goals past them again. Lugano, they've only taken 1 point in the group also with a draw against Dynamo Kiev. And Malmo, they're obviously going to be the better of these two teams. They're scoring goals for fun. Even in their Sweden domestic league, they're absolutely destroying teams right now. Malmo, just to kind of protect myself, they might play for a draw here. So I got draw no bet at 1.8. Looks pretty good.
Yeah, safe. You like that little safety net at 1.8? I don't blame you. Ajax, this looks like a big old price. Wolfsburg 2.33, draw 3.66, and Ghent 4.75. Wolfsburg on the back of a 3-0 defeat at the weekend.
Yeah, so they are saying to us that one match doesn't have to be the same with the other match. They did a brilliant job keeping Ghent to a 2-2 draw in the reverse match, and absolutely after that they failed to score in 2 matches against Augsburg and Dortmund, and conceded 9 goals 6 goals against Leipzig and 3 goals against Dortmund. Again, against Dortmund, it was not. I think that they should have been scored. They should have scored, and they should have not conceded 3 goals, because Dortmund right now are not a team to bet on, like we mentioned also in the Bundesliga show last week. On the other side, we have Ghent. I really like this Ghent side. I think that they might be able to pull off, to return home with at least 1 point from this match. This is why I'm playing, first of all, over 2.5 goals in the match at 1.8. But I'm also playing +1 on the Asian handicap for Ghent at 1.83.
And that's the equivalent of draw double chance. Okay.
No.
Sorry?
No. That's not a draw double chance. It means that if they lose by 1 goal, it's a push. It's a void, you know.
Oh, okay. So you got all 3 of them then. So you could lose and you get a push. You could draw and you win. And if you win, you win.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, we like that. +1, Asian handicap at 1.83. Chef Michael, Mönchengladbach 2.1, draw 2.9, and Roma 3.75.
Yeah, I'm going on the goals market here. It's hard not to see how these two teams stay under 2.5. They played to the draw in the first match, so I think they're going to be going, forward full force here. Roma managing just 1 shot on goal in that first match, but they found the back of the net with it. I don't think that's going to be the same case when they travel on the road here. And we obviously know Roma have the weapons to score. Edin Dzeko is always a threat to find a goal, and Gladbach, they've been pretty terrible in the group so far. They just got 2 points when they with some draws, and then they got destroyed by Wolfsburger in the first match. But I think both teams are going to score, and I think we can see over 2.5. So I grabbed that at 1.95 last night.
1.95. Anytime Roma, home or away, are involved, you expect goals. 1.95 seems great value indeed. Now, here's a side that have been turning it on in the Europa League, but not in the Premier League. They've had so many draws, and now we find them at 1.4. Wolves 1.4, draw 5, and Bratislava 12.75. Is there value in betting Wolves, Alex?
No value in betting Wolves, and no value in betting Bratislava either, because they're priced at 12 and something, like you said. I think that they could easily lose by just 1 goal there, and if you play Bratislava plus 1.5, you get 1.77. But I really think and I really fancy Slovan Bratislava to score on the road against Wolves. Wolves, who will rest some of their key players, despite playing for a qualifying position there. I'm really sure that they will rest players. Bratislava are a decent side. They have some good players in the attack. Some nice players. I've seen them performing, and I really like what I see. And this is why I think that they will go to pull off the upset there, because they're playing their chance to qualify in the knockout stages. This weekend, Wolves will play at home with Aston Villa. So I don't know if that's more important than this game, this Europa League game. But it's pretty clear that the top sides in the top 5 European leagues are resting their players when it comes to Europa League, and this is what I think that Wolves will do. I think that they will win. I really think they will win, but I see that I can see Bratislava scoring too. So at 2.25, both teams to score, it's a must take in this one.
So that's 2.25 just for both teams to score. So Wolves and both teams to score must be more than 2.25. So if someone does fancy Wolves, you wouldn't put them off putting Wolves and both teams to score at over 2.25?
Also, no, but it's dangerous. It's dangerous. Why to bet it when you can easily stay away? Also, Barsaman, our old friend, is on the chat saying Bratislava total team goals over 0.5. So basically, them to score is priced at even money almost.
Yeah, and we like Barsaman. He's one of those that we do like. Okay, before I get your banker, Rafa, let's have a little look at the Europa League record, please. No Europa League record? Why is that then? Okay, well, we'll sort that out. So give us your banker, please, Chef Michael.
I'm gonna go Malmo draw no bet 1.8.
Draw no bet. Okay, lovely. And Alex?
I'm going Wolfsburg versus Ghent over 2.5 goals at 1.8 as my banker for Europa League, and I can tell you the record if you want. So it's 12.6 units of profit, 66% accuracy, and I'm with 3.9, and Chef Michael is at 8.7.
Nice, that's what we like, gentlemen. Profits, profits. Let's hope you have more of them on Thursday night. Chef Michael, I'll see you on Serie A later on in the week. Alex, I'll see you on Bundesliga and Serie A. May all your bets be winners, gentlemen, and thanks for your time. Cheers, Alex. Cheers, Chef Michael.
Thank you. Take care.
Take care. So that's Chef Michael and that's Alex Need for Tips. Alex Classic Tips does a lot of work behind the scenes. And he really works hard and he gets his reward in winners. Coming up later on in the week, after the Bundesliga, Serie A and La Liga, we have Premier League punters. There'll be no shows on Friday. Until then, I'll see you soon.